Welcome to this week's edition of Race for the Roster. Luke Walm alongside Stephen Caldwell, and some huge news and a negative impact for Canada coming out of France over the weekend, with Moise Bombito getting a fractured tibia during his game with Nice against Monaco. Moise Bombito was going to be a starter for Canada. He is locked in to your starting 11 for that opening game of the World Cup. One of the 6 players that you have projected right now to be locked into starting that World Cup opener. Is it fair to say that losing Moise Bombito could be the biggest blow Jesse Marsch could have had heading into the World Cup?
It is fair to say, Luke, he's such an important part of Jesse Marsch's plans, the way that Jesse Marsch likes to play. Bombito's athleticism is so important, and he's a vital player, and it's a huge blow for the player himself and, of course, for the Canadian men's national team. So, a big disappointment. Look, we don't know enough details yet. I don't want to unlock him. I still feel like he's that important that he's got to stay in there. But this is, a big moment for the team. Somebody else might be able to step up, but nobody has the quality and athleticism of Bombito that Jesse Marsch can choose from.
For Bombito, more of a concern, though, because he'd just come back from a lengthy injury layoff as well, Stevie.
Yeah, same leg and, a stress fracture, so probably played into that injury. I'm no doctor, but I'm assuming that it is an issue, so it might mean that he's going to take even longer just to be safe. He's a young man. He doesn't want to jeopardise his career, even though the World Cup is vitally important. So, we'll have to see. He's going to do everything he can to be ready and available. He's going to be given the time that he needs because he's that important. It's not as if Jesse Marsch is going to, lose sight of Moise Bombito and go with somebody else. He's vital. So he's going to get some time, and we just hope that he makes a speedy recovery, because this will seriously jeopardise Canada's chances if Bombito's not available.
Moise Bombito makes those better around him, so this means somebody else has to step up. You've seen recently the likes of Luc de Fougerolles forming a partnership with Derek Cornelius. Luc de Fougerolles right now is playing in Belgium for Dender. They're the bottom club of that league in Belgium. He's still a very young player. You've got Derek Cornelius, who's just moved to Rangers, where they've just fired their manager because they've had such a bad start to the season. Who needs to step up here?
I think Cornelius really has to step up, and he has been, to be fair to him. Had a great window in Europe against Romania and Wales, scored that wonderful free kick, but played really well. And he has to be that dominant player. He's had a year in Marseille. He's at a huge club in Rangers. It's pressurised environment, of course, and he's going to have to, compete for places there. But I think that allows him to establish himself as the dominant centre-back for Canada in Bombito's absence. So I want to see him really take on that responsibility, take on that role. And whoever his partner is, if it's the Fougerolles or it's Waterman or whoever ends up being his partner beside him, he has to be the leader. He has to be the dominant player. So, like I said, disappointment for one player is opportunity for another. And it's a big opportunity for Cornelius to establish himself as maybe a lock in the not-so-distant future. An
opportunity for Kamal Miller as well, who played a lot under John Herdman, hasn't been around of late for Canada, but you didn't even have him on the bubble board on the outside of the bubble right now, but now you're putting him back into that bubble because of what's happened with Bombito.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, he's going to be back in there. He was really on the outskirts because he didn't have a great Gold Cup, and we just felt like he wasn't in the reckoning, but with an injury, he comes back into it, and he's been in decent club form as well. We've watched him play recently and did really well. So he's got to go again. He's got to show that he can be relied upon. So it's an opportunity for him for sure to maybe establish himself, maybe get some minutes in the upcoming window, and show Jesse Marsch that he is a player that Jesse Marsch can count on.
All of our best wishes with Moise Bombito for a speedy recovery as Canada heads towards the home World Cup.